Coming up live on LiveWire, we have a great show for you today. We have some really wonderful folks from the Sacramento Food Film Festival and the Healing Arts Festival. This town is a town of festivals, and they're wonderful things because we get to go to them and see all these new ideas and old ideas repackaged and really interesting stuff. So stay tuned for LiveWire right after these important messages. So with me in the studio, and she's been here before, is Prasanna Hankins, who is the owner and devilishly delightful leader of the Healing Arts Festival.
Yes.
I like it, Healing Arts. Putting those two together, you know, I like to think that art heals in a way, no matter what it is. But there's specific aspects of artists and what art means in a spiritual way that is what I think a lot of the decisions that you have to make when you have people come to the festival, like this lovely young lady who's brought us some interesting stuff. Why don't you introduce her?
So this is Katie Wallen with Solaris Rising, and she is one of our exhibitors. So she sells some products she makes, and on Sunday we're having some healing sound and movement, and she plays the crystal singing bowls, so she'll be performing as well.
Can we hear that a little later?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. I think it's a great idea to have a Healing Arts Festival, and I have been to other festivals where there are aspects of that, you know, and but to dedicate it to that and expressions of healing through music or tones is a kind of old way and a new way. You know, it's kind of reborn in our understanding.
I think people are kind of rediscovering some of the old practices and beginning to understand them better, because there's vibration and healing in sound, and people are really starting to resonate with that once more.
Yeah, there's a book about music, and it's called The Mozart Effect, I believe. It's the Mozart Effect. There's a Mozart piece that everybody loves, and if you listen to it, you feel better.
Yeah.
And they've taken this, I think it's Mozart. Everybody's going to call in now and say, no, it's not, it's Bach.
Well, Bach does have one that's great for mental, you know, when you're studying.
Yes, when you're studying.
To help raise your IQ. So.
Yeah.
A lot of the genius conductors actually, you know, were inspired and just came to them and they heard it and then they composed it.
That's right.
So, you know, you could think of it as a divine gift coming, that they were bringing that high vibration music to us, as opposed to them trying to just think and work it out. It was something that was gifted to them.
Absolutely, and I believe in that, that there are some people, and I have witnessed, you know, people who you just say they're a natural, meaning they naturally come to it, or it's a gift.
They're open to receive and be able to do their craft. And that's what a lot of the healers at the Healing Arts Festival, they really try to open up and receive and tune into you and what you need.
Yeah.
So.
Prasanna, why don't we give a kind of an overview of what the Healing Arts Festival does, and then we'll go on over to this young lady's bag o' tricks. Sure.
So the Healing Arts Festival, we have people from the metaphysical, spiritual, and holistic world. So we have chiropractors and Chinese medicine, massage, but we also have psychics who can give readings, and we have energy healers, and then we also have products like Katie's wonderful stuff here that can help you kind of take your next step in development in your life and kind of clear up some things that are holding you behind. And So some of it's physical healing, some of it's, mental or emotional healing. And then we have presentations and workshops so that you can kind of learn new things and help you kind of take those steps to become the full self that you are supposed to be.
So you brought a little video. Can we look at it? Is that
Sure.
going to give you an overview of the?
Yeah, it was actually filmed at one of our festivals. So you can kind of see the different vendors and things going on.
Okay.
And yeah.
Well, let's have a look at that. And
Sure.
you can, if you can add afterwards if there's something, and then we'll go to what Katie does, which
Yeah.
looks really interesting.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. We're going to watch a little video.
Oh, it's beautiful. The building is amazing. It's a great environment. I've done a few other fairs in the past, and this one, the setting is as beautiful as it could be. It's great, and the energy is really nice in the room. So it's kind of a sparkling energy. It's a good vibe in there. This is really nice. It's very crystalline, very clear.
Energetically, we make eye contact, we smile, and if people are receptive, then we have a dialogue, and if they need to move on and see something else, we appreciate where they're at. It seems like people are a lot more energetic and inspired, and there's a lot more foot traffic for sure.
Everybody should at least once in their life have a reading, come to a site fair, and have amazing things happen.
It's going to be at the
Scottish Rite
Scottish Rite?
Masonic Center. Yeah, we're there. It's 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, April 7th and 8th. And we're fundraising for the Sacramento SPCA.
That's right. I have this whole thing on what good things their SPCA is doing, and
Oh, yeah.
you can bring a donation from the wish list for them.
Yeah, because they're always needing things, whether it's towels
Canned
or...
dog food, can openers. This is a monstrous list, and you probably can get on their website on the SPCA.
Yeah, the list is on our site
Batteries,
and theirs.
Bleach. I don't know what a Karanda bed is, but yeah, you could bring one if you got one.
Yeah.
So, Katie, you were walking down the street one day and thought, gosh, I think I have vibrational powers, and I'm going to develop a whole line of things to help people feel better about themselves and feel good and get better.
Something like that. Yeah,
It was
kinda.
like lightning. It kind of lifted you off the pavement for a couple of minutes. Is that what happened?
Yes and no. There was a series of epiphanies throughout my life that kind of led me to where I am today. But I've always leaned toward natural remedies first before Western medicine. And so just with that being said, everything from like a common cold to more emotional needs, I would look at aromatherapy versus, going to get a pharmaceutical, or I would use, crystals. Crystals have been one of the...
I noticed there are lots of crystal things down there. And so what do you do when you get a crystal, or like wear it, or like what do you do?
Yeah, there's many different ways to work with crystal energy.
I see.
Some people can feel their energy. It'll literally send like an energy throughout their hand. And some people, it's more subtle. And then there's some that may not feel it, but even if you don't feel it, it's still working with you, because crystals have a vibration, just like, maybe not everybody believes this, but science is proving that everything has an energy.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
So you can measure this with a special tool. There's a tool that can measure the energy of the stones, and putting them into our energy, our electromagnetic field, AKA aura, it will help to raise our energy. And by meaning raising it, it's helping you to see maybe what may be blocking you from feeling your happiest,
So
or being the most
one
joy.
woman was doing this kind of thing with her hands not too far away from someone's body. Is that Reiki?
Reiki is a form of energy healing. There's
Energy
others,
healing.
yeah,
Others,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's
as well.
several healing modalities.
And
Out
all of
in the
these
world.
things will be at this festival, right?
Yes.
And you will be at this festival, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's in the jars? and
What's
all
in
of
the
that
jars?
stuff?
What's in the jar?
What do you got in there? What's that?
Well, so I started out, several years back before I got into infusing crystals, just making my own body products because I didn't want the synthetics, you know?
Yeah.
And so for the bath salts, I use pure Himalayan salts and baking soda, and then crystal essence that I make. I use the moon cycles to make my own crystal essences, which basically getting an essence of the stone is, I don't know how to explain that quickly, but you're getting the energy of the stone into water.
Into water.
Yeah,
okay.
and then I create my products with that. So everything is in crystal infused. And I've created several different products for the collective needs. So this one particularly is called Purify and Protect Me. And I made this product specifically it's the healer for healers. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of us who are maybe empathic or very intuitive, sensitive to energies, and we pick up other people's things or just get overwhelmed, or even
Around people with
our nervous systems can even be
broken
affected.
energy patterns.
Right.
Yeah, like me.
Your energy feels pretty fun and goofy to me.
Yes, that's right. Fun and goofy. What else is there?
Right, exactly. Should
So,
have fun.
good.
So yeah, there's different ones. I have one for balancing. I have one that's more for like not just physical tension, but energetic tension too, stress. I have one for love. And then I also customize. So if you wanted to have a product made specifically for your needs, I could do an intuitive reading for you. Yeah.
Intuitive reading. That's
Yeah.
what I was just about to get to. I said, so I walk up to your booth at the Healing Arts Festival and I say, I have really every time in the morning, I'm making this up.
Yeah.
I have a little headache and I don't want to get out of bed, and this has been going on for the last 3 weeks. What can I do?
Sure.
And you say, I'm going to do an intuitive healing on you.
Yeah, so, there's several ways that we can go about this, and I'm sure other healers have their own different steps that they would take, but I would either have you on my table and I would do a chakra reading.
Chakra reading. Okay, good.
Or there is just through conversation and intuitively, I would pick up what maybe you're needing, and then picking oils and crystals that support those needs.
Right.
So, because every crystal, just like oils and plants have their own specific medicinal energy, the crystals are the same way. So they have, there's several that are good for the same thing, but they have more specific little, when you narrow into the microcosm of that crystal, it has a special message that it's unique to itself. So I would make a tincture or a lotion or however, you wanted it delivered, and I would put those crystals in there for you as well as the essential oils that would support your needs.
Well, I'd be very grateful to see you at the Healing Arts Festival doing this, but you also brought something to show us, which is also very interesting because it has to do with vibrations, and it's these jars, I guess, whatever you want to call them.
They're clear quartz crystal singing bowls.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're 99.9% clear quartz.
Oh, quartz, really amazing.
So they're similar to the Tibetan bowls, but they're crystal.
I see. Okay. Are you gonna play it for us?
Yeah,
Would you do
absolutely.
that?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to
that's
do that
wonderful.
now?
Yes, please.
Okay.
And so, but we're going to do news. The news is, when is the festival again?
It's April 7th and 8th at the Scottish Rite Masonic Center. And the Sacramento SPCA will actually have a mobile pet adoption there from 10 to 2
That's
each
it,
day.
and you can bring stuff for the SPCA.
Yeah, you can get in. You can get in by bringing a donation for them, and there's other information on our website that could be helpful as far as what you can bring.
All right. Well, I'm very, very pleased about that.
Yeah.
And thanks, Prasanna. And
Thank you.
Katie, are you ready down there?
Just about,
Just about. Okay. Well,
I am ready now.
And so, what are you going to be doing? What is this?
So I brought 4 of the 8 that I have, and each one is attuned to a certain chakra. So, for instance, the root is C, the key of C. The sacral is D. I have the throat, which is G, and the third eye.
So there's a throat chakra, there's a heart chakra,
Yes.
there's a back of your back chakra.
Well, they go
There's
through.
a belly button
so,
chakra.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're up and down your spine, apparently. There's the chakras, and they all relate to different parts of your body.
Correct.
Yeah. Woo!
And I teach classes on this if you want to join me, but we can go into the details of those.
Okay.
Okay.
I tell people I have 3 kids, one of them's adopted, I just don't know which one.
I can't imagine having to be in a birth mother's position to make that choice.
You know, I was kind of just asking her, you know, what is your motivation? Why are you doing this? And she looked at me and she said, because you can give my son a life that I could not.
We always tell her thank you. He is such a blessing to us.
Every day is just a ray of sunshine from him. So we're Chanda and Brian, and we chose adoption.
Nearly half of children with autism wander away from safe places, such as their home or school. If you ever see a child walking alone, remember the 3 S's. Stop to help, seek assistance from police, stay until they arrive. If a child with autism is missing, immediately search places that pose the most danger, such as nearby water and busy streets. To learn more, visit missingkids.com/aware.
We're back with LiveWire, and here we are. My name is Ray Tatter, and we are back with LiveWire. And Amber Stott, you are with this fabulous movable film festival that shows films that food plays a big part in.
Yes.
But you're also a food expert, and you run the Food Literacy Center.
Yes, it's a nonprofit. Our mission is to inspire kids to eat their vegetables.
Hey.
And the film festival is a fundraiser that we do for the nonprofit.
It took me a long time to learn to eat my vegetables.
And that it does. It can take 10 to 15 tastes of a new fruit or vegetable before we decide that we like it.
That's right.
So you
I
have
would
to
say
be
so.
patient.
How about 10 to 15 years of tasting? No, really. You know, my mother wanted me to eat these certain things, and I couldn't do that. But years later, when my wife put it on the table, it was pretty good. What happened?
Better chef, maybe?
That's right. Butter, more butter.
No, a better chef.
Oh, better chef.
Yeah,
Oh, I see.
sometimes
so
the
better chef.
preparation makes a difference, and that's also one reason why sometimes, you know, the more you're tasting things, maybe you like one vegetable raw, and maybe you like one roasted.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
one vegetable raw. But I've had raw vegetables all day today. Even when I came here, I had some raw carrots and all of them tomatoes.
Nice.
I like tomatoes.
Good for you. You're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it, and I'm following some of the interesting rules. I think, you know, like eating my vegetables first. You know,
Yeah.
I used to say eat the worst first, But now I like vegetables.
And here in Sacramento, we have the best vegetables because they taste amazing. Ours aren't being trucked, across
They rushed
the country.
them in screaming from the field.
Yep, exactly. The ripest as they can be.
Who pulled me out of the ground? We did.
Yeah.
Okay, so and also the film festival is a film festival. You're actually sold out the first night.
Yep.
But what's open? The second night is at the Colonial Theater. And what's happening there?
That's exciting. It's our Saturday night shorts event. And so we have a series of short films. It's a very fast-paced night.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a comedian coming in to do a vegetable pun off. There will be 4 comedians punning off with vegetables. Let us see if they can beat each other.
Oh boy, I tell you.
So that should be a lot of fun. And every single one of the films that we show, there is a chef paired with it. So as you're watching, say, a film about carrots, magically carrots appear in front of you. And so our best chefs are throwing down and trying to replicate the meals and the dishes that they're seeing in the films.
Okay, I was going to use the word carrot for pun, but you kind of blew
Do you carrot all?
I carrot at all. But so that's at the Colonial, right? April 14th. And we can just jump on your website at the
foodliteracycenter.org.
Literacy, I can say it.
Yep.
It's fun. I talked to you about, you knew the difference between kiszka and silderowa, which are they're 2 Polish foods. Actually, kiszka is a Polish sausage, and so is silderowa.
Okay.
One's more ham-based, and the other one is, it's a blood sausage. It's a form of blood sausage. So those are interesting. And I'm saying, if you know that difference, you're literate in food. But it's more than that, you said.
It is, yeah. And the whole hope of, food literacy, the way we define it, is understanding the impact of your food choices on your health, the community, our environment, our economy, for example. And so really we're narrowing in with our kids, because we teach elementary kids, to really think about their health, because that's something that they can advocate for on their own, and that's something that they can control in their own lives.
Yes.
So we're really zeroing in, trying to get them excited about those fruits and vegetables so that they can protect their health from the many diet-related diseases that they're up against. We have a 40% childhood obesity rate here in Sacramento. 1 in 3 kids has type 2 diabetes, which is the preventable kind. So we really want kids eating those vegetables to protect their health from these diseases.
I see. I think it's very interesting. And I think it's fascinating how we have come a long way from when I used to get my lunches at the snack bar at my school when I was younger. And it was
Very
stuff
different.
you couldn't get today,
Yes, and in fact, one of the films that we're showing is about the state of school lunch and the federal guidelines, and that's the film festival event that we have on April 21st.
That's right. You're a food radical. What do we have here? We have a slideshow. Can we watch the slides?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Maybe you could narrate, and I don't even know what they are. Here we go.
Oh, this is Chef Pear. She's one of the kids in our program, and she is making a popcorn recipe that we have. We make a couple of seasoning mixes to put on popcorn because it's a great whole grain snack that we hope that kids will incorporate into their diets. And so we put some fun seasonings on top, like a ranch seasoning, to get kids excited about eating those. Here's some of our volunteers and chefs in action. So they're preparing the bites that are going to get passed in front of the guests as they watch the films.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
And there's 2 happy guests that are enjoying watching the film. We do something at the event where we ask guests to step into the shoes of our kids, and we take we basically ask them to eat a new fruit or vegetable that we've hidden inside a bag on their chair, and they taste it at the same time. We have some of the kids from our program taste it to see if our adults are the food adventurers that we expect our elementary kids to
And
be.
they could not tell that it was a pineapple guava.
Well, no, they know what it is once they pull it out of the bag.
Oh, I see. Okay.
They were eating radishes last year.
There's some things I might not know, especially if it was moving.
Yeah, no.
And so what's the next? The next night at the Sacramento Food Film Festival on April 21st is a broccoli
It's the broccoli.
HQ night.
Yeah. So our broccoli headquarters night, we are working in conjunction with the school district and the city of Sacramento to build a broccoli headquarters. This is going to be the first of its kind in the state. The first food literacy center where there will be a school farm as well as a cooking school for kids. And we're going to be revealing some of the drawings for that. We're going to be sharing our vision that night. And the Sac City Unified School District's executive chef is going to be creating the ideal school lunch. And that's what we'll be eating while we watch our film that night.
Well, I eat my broccoli in the morning sometimes. You know, you can actually go and get broccoli at a place that I eat in the morning. It has got an area where you can, you know, make your own pick and choose things, and I usually pick broccoli, and I like it.
That's great.
And I also served on the Nevada Arts Commission once, and they asked us to fund a project. They have a broccoli movement, Eat Your Broccoli movement there, but they wanted us to fund a building of a 10-foot by 30-foot piece of broccoli that had windows all at the bottom. They would hand out broccoli.
Did this happen?
No.
Oh,
not that we know of.
We need that in America.
Certainly, we didn't make it's an art council, you know, and it's not a broccoli council or a food council. I mean, we couldn't see the art in the piece of broccoli as shown in the design.
Opportunity missed.
But I hope they did well, though, you know.
Yeah.
We wish them well.
Yeah, maybe they'll bring that idea here to the Farm to Fork Capital.
That's
Might
right.
be more
Give
well
me
received.
another floret or whatever they call it. Is it the little part of it's called a floret, right?
Yeah, it is.
So you see, I'm kind of literate.
You
in
are,
the food,
yeah. You're doing
food
great.
area. Yes.
You're eating carrots, you're
I
eating
am.
broccoli.
Yeah.
That's great.
So the Food Film Festival, this is a really kind of a wonderful thing to go to because it's just it's a learning process. What kind of films am I going to see on the Broccoli HQ night?
Yeah, you're going to find films that you're not going to see in a traditional theater, which is part of the fun. All documentaries. And so, for example, during Saturday Night Shorts, there's a film about New York and a couple of folks who decided to try to forage for their food in the boroughs of New York City and put together a local meal. And the filmmakers are actually coming out to Sacramento, and they'll do a Q&A after the film festival.
I hope so. So it's the Sacramento
Food Festival.
Food Film Festival.
Yep, say it 10 times fast.
Thank Amber. Nope, I'm not going to, but I'm going to thank you for coming.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's all the time we have. We'll see you next week at this time, 5 p.m. We're live. Anything can happen when you're live, right?
Indeed, you could even end up eating vegetables.
We'll see you. Bye. Bye.